Hello, I'm going to make a second video here. This video is about our literary analysis project. I don't know why my computer just did that, but all right. It is about our literary analysis project, this information down here. Now this is the assignment sheet. Remember, your paper is going to be about at least 3 pages long, and you're going to have 2 sources. And you're going to have to follow MLA format. And it talks about a little bit here about just how to set up your paper and what it should look like and how to double space it and all of that stuff. So that's important to know. And then here I've given you an outline for your literary analysis. What you should do, your introduction should have a hook, or like, have you ever seen an old drunk man and thought that why can't he get it together? Well, the story A Clean, Well-Lighted Place gives us another viewpoint of that. A Clean, Well-Lighted Place by Ernest Hemingway is a story in which he examines man's need for dignity. Okay? And then so that would be your introduction, and then you have a whole thesis outline right here. And this is the same thing, but it's kind of like, it's just like this one. Okay? So you're going to be looking for that document. And then here's a sample MLA paper and sample MLA citations, and we'll go over that in just a second. Here's the video I made earlier. A lot of you still haven't responded to this. This is a discussion question, so click on discussions or click on this and answer it. And I've also given you here a sample topic proposal for your short stories, okay? And then you have this shell. You have this shell here also. So I'm going to go over here to where this topic proposal is for a short story is here. And see, I'm going to do it on The Minister's Black Veil by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And I found a source in my database. Now, in my last video, I showed you how to copy those sources. Here, I'm going to show you how to do the formatting for it, okay? So here, because I'm in Word Online, Control-Alt-V. Is that right? No, Control-Shift-V. Oops. Okay. Paste, Control-V. All right. Control V, and nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to hit paste here. Copy, Control C. No, that should be Control V. Paste, text only, Control Shift V. Okay, so you're seeing here an example of how I'm done. Control Shift V. It worked. All right. Okay. Rather than re-edit the whole video, you can just fast forward there for 10 seconds. So when it's here, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to highlight it here. And first thing is I'm going to change it all to number 12 Times New Roman. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here to where it says paragraph options. Yours might say line spacing options. And I'm going to have it be double spaced. And I'm also going to make it hanging indentation. So that will be how it's going to look. Now here I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing. Okay, just to make everything look right. Okay, and I'm being very real with this. So these are the things that might happen to you too. Okay, so but this is how it should look. Here's the author of the article, his name, the title of the article. This is the name of the database. So this, because it's a container of information, it should be in italics. Okay, and so should this, studies in short fiction. So you'll need to look back at your original source and find what things need to be in italics. And it'll be the big containers of information like this, 19th century literature criticism, Gale literary criticism, studies in short fiction, okay? But that's what yours is going to look like, and that's how you get that nice hanging indentation. Now, I'm going to open up. See, this guy's name is Canaday. Let's keep that guy's name. Remember that guy's name. I'm going to open up a new file, a new blank document. And let's pretend I'm writing my paper. And let's say I'm writing it about the minister's black veil. So I might say something like, I'm going to make it Times New Roman number 12. So I might be typing my paragraph, and I might want to say, the author writes, you always introduce your quote, and then comma, the minister's black veil. The story is about this minister that for unknown reasons just starts wearing a veil over his face. We could say, so I'm going to start, the author writes, the minister's black veil covers his face completely. Okay, and I want to cite where that quote came from, so I'm going to write the author's last name there and put a period, okay? Now, if I say, Hawthorne writes, the minister's black veil covers his face completely. I don't have to put the Hawthorne. That's called the parenthetical documentation. That's what that's called, the parenthetical documentation or parenthetical citation. But if I have the author's name in the sentence, I don't have to put it at the end. The same thing is if I say, I use that author that I use for the source. I say Kennedy. I think that was his name. Was it Kennedy or Canaday? Canaday, okay. If I say, wait, what was it? Yeah, Canaday. If I say Canaday writes Hawthorne's story is a masterpiece of evil, then I don't have to put a citation there. But if I say one critic says Hawthorne's story is a masterpiece of evil, can't spell evil, can't type, All of this is recorded for forever. Hawthorne's story is a masterpiece of evil. Then I have to put the guy's name after it. The source, parenthesis, and the period always goes after the parenthesis. Okay? Now what you're going to do is on the last page of your paper, you're going to cut and paste your sources and put it on a page called Works Cited page. Now, we're going to make a big exception to something here. You're supposed to be writing about a story, right? And you're supposed to include the citation for this story. And I'm going to let you not do that. All I want to see on your Works Cited are two databases like this, okay? The reason for that is I took all the stories off the internet and put them on your database. And since I posted them, I'll know where they are. And the goal of this assignment is for you to use the database, okay? So I want you to be sure just to have the two databases there, and I'll know what story you're talking about. This wouldn't work under any other circumstances, but we're in kind of a special circumstance here, all right? Now, let's go back to your database. Notice your rough draft is due on the 6th, the final draft on the 10th, and then we have this whole big exploratory research project to do yet. And so that's going to take a lot of people checking in on Zoom meetings, checking in on the internet, watching my videos, and doing the best you can. Don't get discouraged, especially for this literary analysis essay. If you give me 3 pages and you give me those citations, you're probably going to be just fine. But we want to get this done so that we can move on to our exploratory research project. Okay? I hope that has helped you. Remember, you can always text me or use your messenger box here, inbox. You can also, follow the outline here. I think that's what I wanted to tell you. Now, I'll see you, today is April 1st, so I'll see you this evening at 7 o'clock on our Zoom, okay? The Zoom will last about 25 minutes or so it's not a big deal, but I can't record it, so you need to be there, all right, please? All right, I am going to end this video. I'm sure I'll think of something as soon as I end it, but I'm going to call it a wrap. Thank you.